It's tax season. How much do you pay to get your taxes done? What if I told you you can easily do them yourself for free?
Marge, how many kids do we have? Oh, no time to count. I'll just estimate. 9.
In today's video, I'll be doing a review and tutorial of Simple Tax. Stay tuned. What is Simple Tax? It's a free Canadian tax return software. This company has been around since 2012 and has been recently bought out by Wealthsimple. The user experience, staff, website, and user interface has not changed since being acquired by Wealthsimple. Simple Tax is net file certified, which means you can use this software to file your own personal taxes. Simple Tax is not e-file certified, which means you're not permitted to file taxes on someone else's behalf. Simple Tax is available all throughout Canada, including Quebec. You can access Simple Tax on your desktop browser or on your iOS mobile device. Despite the name, Simple Tax can handle more complicated tax scenarios, like if you have a small business, have investments, or have rental properties. However, Simple Tax only supports a T1 return and doesn't support a T2 return for a corporation. Also be aware that NetFile has its own restrictions, so double check to see if you qualify to use NetFile. I'll leave a link in the video description so you can check there. Before we get into the tutorial, let's go over a few important dates. February 24th is the earliest you can file your taxes, but many tax slips aren't available till March 2nd, and other tax slips may not be available on CRA till mid-March. You can check your CRA account to see which slips you have available. It's easier to wait till they are all available, so you can use Simple Tax autofill feature. March 2nd is the deadline for RRSP contributions for 2019. April 30th is the tax filing deadline, but if you are self-employed, you have until June 15 to file. But if you owe tax, you would still need to pay them by April 30th. If you fail to file your taxes by this date, there'll be an immediate 5% penalty, plus 1% a month, up to 12 months. If you were late filing the year before, you can double these percentages. If you are unable to pay them what you owe them, you should still file your taxes so you don't incur the late penalty. Before you get started, you should log into your CRA account to see which slips you have available. If you're not registered for CRA My Account, you can easily do so by calling them. Then you want to gather all your employment and income slips, including investments and benefits, receipts to back up claims, including tuition, RRSP contributions, and also self-employment and rental income expense info, and any other deductible expenses. Once you gather all your paperwork, you can head to simpletax.ca.
Okay, here we are at simpletax.ca.
$0 per return, pay what you want, no catch. Easy to use, maximum refund, secure and private. Click here to begin. Welcome to Simple Tax. Happy Wednesday. Whether this is your first or 7th time using Simple Tax, we're happy to see you. Let's get started. I've used Simple Tax before. I'm new to Simple Tax. A video will pop up. You can watch this to better understand Simple Tax. If you start without an account, you won't be able to save it, so sign up. Type in your email and confirm email. Who is this return for? You can use your first name or a nickname. Simple Tax makes filing and submitting your tax return easy. Enter your personal information and add sections to complete your tax return. Next. Before you submit, check and optimize your return in the review section. We'll make suggestions to improve your return and let you know if there's any errors. Once you've filed your 2019 return, we'll analyze it to give you recommendations to help you reach your financial goals. This is the About section. Fill out your name, social insurance number, date of birth. Is this return for a deceased person? Preferred language, you can either pick English or French. Then put in your mailing address and telephone number. About your residence, pretty much asking where you lived in 2019, you and your family, your marital status, and do you have any dependents? If you have a spouse or common law partner, you'll need their information and tax slips as well. You can choose to complete your tax returns together, or you can prepare your returns separately. If you file separately, you'll still need to enter the necessary information in the Your Partner section, and a miscellaneous section, with a few questions to answer there. Then there is the CRA My Account section. Are you registered for CRA My Account? Yes, there's no reason you shouldn't be. So there's 3 ways to add something to your tax return. Autofill My Return, using the search bar, or answering the questionnaire. We are going to autofill my return first. So in order to do this, you will need to authorize with your CRA account. Sign in option 1, using a sign-in partner. This is the list of sign-in partners. If you don't have an account with one of these banks, you'll need to use option 2, log in using your CRA user ID and password. If you don't know your ID or password, you'll need to register again. Or option 3, using a BC Services card. Once you authorize, all the slips available on CRA will be available to add to your return. Select all and then autofill. Another way to add something is to answer a few questions. What slips did you receive? Tell us about yourself. Read these and check the ones that apply to you. Did you receive any income from a small business, rental property, etc.? Let's try to find more deductions and credits. Any of these should increase your return. Check any that applies to you. If you had investments, like RRSP contributions, receive any investment income that wasn't reported on a slip, etc. Then a few last questions. Check the ones that apply to you. Next, and you're done. Now all the boxes you check will be added to your return. Now you just fill them out. This is where the paperwork I told you to gather comes in. So let's say you used autofill and you're still missing a T4 slip. You'll need to add it in manually. Just match each of the boxes to what it says on the slip. If there's a box under T4 that's not shown, you can add it here. And if you need to add another T4, just click here. If you want to finish the rest later, at any time you can save your return and log out. And log back in when you're ready to finish your return. So you use autofill to get your slips from the CRA, and then you added more sections using the questionnaire. Now you can check the search bar and go through the list for anything that you may have missed. Simple Tax also offers an RRSP calculator. Here you can see how much your contribution will affect your return. You can contribute up to 18% of your earned income in the previous year. The max limit for 2019 is $26,500. A general rule of thumb is to invest in your RRSP when you are in a higher tax bracket, and withdraw when you are in a lower tax bracket, like in retirement. Contributing to your RRSP increases your tax return because essentially you are lowering your taxable income, but you already paid taxes for your total income, so the difference is credited back to you. You also may want to contribute to your RRSP for the Home Buyers Plan or the Lifelong Learning Plan. Once all your information is added to your return, click Check and Optimize. Now Simple Tax will give you suggestions like set up your direct deposit before you submit, and warnings like make sure your address with CRA is correct, and any typos you should review. Then you can override any optimizations in this section. Save a PDF file for yourself, and submit tax return. Then you'll be given a confirmation number and when you'll be getting it. And that's it, you're done. If you signed up for direct deposit with the CRA, you may have your return in as little as 8 days. But if you didn't sign up for direct deposit, you'll get a check in the mail in 4 to 6 weeks. So set up your direct deposit. It only takes a few minutes. At this point, you can choose to support Simple Tax by paying whatever you like. If you want to use Simple Tax for free, just click I don't want to pay. If you do want to support them, then you can do so by using Visa, Mastercard, or American Express, or by Interact e-transfer, or by mailing them a check. If you do choose to support them, you can unlock charts in dark mode as a little thank you from Simple Tax. To use dark mode, just go to Accounts and select Dark. This is the chart you get. It shows your after-tax income, federal tax, and provincial tax, and here is your average tax rate and your marginal tax rate. Simple Tax also offers Express NOA. This allows you to view your notice of assessment as soon as the return has been processed. Then you'll get recommendations from, you guessed it, Wealthsimple. They are recommending I set aside around $13,000 for an emergency fund and recommend using their 2.4% interest cash account.
If you're interested in learning more about Wealthsimple Cash, click the link up here.
I'm not gonna lie, this is my first time doing my own taxes, and if I knew it would be this easy, I would have done them sooner. The step-by-step guidance and autofill feature makes doing your own taxes fail-proof. The simple and clean interface feels like something Wealthsimple would do. It's one of the reasons why Wealthsimple bought the company and hasn't changed its design. Your return is all on one page. It makes it easy to go through your entire return. No going back and forth through loading pages. And the instant refund calculator helps you understand your return. I never used any of the other free tax return software like TurboTax, H&R Block, GenuTax, or Studio Tax. But from the information I've gathered online, it seems that Simple Tax is the best of the best.
The best of the best of the best, sir!
And I do plan on using it again for next year. So who do I think Simple Tax is for? Simple Tax can be for anyone that files a T1. Simple Tax can be for basic or sophisticated tax scenarios. If you think you have a complicated tax return, you could always just try them out, and if it's too much for you, you don't need to submit it and seek a professional. There is a con to using Simple Tax that I should mention. There is no phone support, so if you're having any troubles, you can only reach them through email. They will email you back, usually within 24 hours, but this can depend on the volume of emails they get. All in all, doing your own taxes isn't for everyone. Although it can be easy and doesn't take up much time, some people rather just pay someone to do it. Whatever you do, don't go for the instant refund. Next week, I'll be doing a video on the Mogo Visa card. So if you don't want to miss that video, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell icon so you get notified when that video comes out. If you have any comments or questions, comment them below. Thanks for watching. Until next time, keep making money moves. Peace!